Amjambo. Okay. Mine is going to be very brief. I want to acknowledge all those who are here today, our DVCs, the Dean of Students who has been doing a lot of work, the Chairman of the Electoral Commission, Mr. Simiyu, the members of staff, teaching and non-teaching, who are very committed to this university, and our dear students, the students who love Tharaka University, and the students that we are going to continue to support so that they get the best year from Tharaka University, so that when they go out there, they can represent our university in a good way. I want to start by congratulating the team that has won, the chairperson, Francis Dolo, and the vice, Belinda Mwendwa. Can we clap for them? You know, those are the leaders. And I want to assure the students here, as I said before, I don't interfere with the elections. I do not have the number of Francis. He can confess that, but I'm going to have it from today. Because I want people to compete. Nataka wanaume wamenyane. Wakimenyana, then we can talk. After that is over. I also want to congratulate all those who have been elected in the governing council and the Congress, and to wish you well. You know, this is the beginning of the leadership journey. Who knows where you'll be 10 years from now? We want Tharaka University to be a place where we breed great leaders in this country. And that is why we admire democracy. Now that elections are over, I think we need to come together. Those who won, those who lost. Mr. Ndolo is not going to be the president of only those who elected him. He is going to be the president of all the students of Tharaka University. When I was following up the elections, I noticed they became a bit tribal. But I want to urge you, let us forget about that. And as a university, our elections should not be what? Tribal. We should be looking at the quality of what? Leadership. I know Mr. Moroki was stoned. Maybe he'll go in history as the chairman who exited after he was being stoned. Yeah. But we don't want those episodes before. I also know somebody was walking around with an axe. So I know many things, but I actually think that is not the way to go as a what? As a university. Competition is supposed to be healthy. We vote, we win, and life continues. So now that elections are over, we need to focus on developing Tharaka University. Because this is where all of us belong. The staff you see here today cannot be here if the students are not here. So collectively, the students, the staff, we need to work together to transform Tharaka University. I'll briefly talk about what you need to be a successful leader, what you need to do. And this is not just for those who have been elected. Each one of us is a leader in their own way. You might be the leader of the Christian Union, the Catholics, the Muslim, the environmental club. You can also be a leader of your family. If some of you are cohabiting like the way they like, there must be a leader in that family. It can be the leader or the what? But to succeed, one is you need to know what you want to do. And that is what people call a vision. You have all said you have 1 year. And 1 year is not a lot of time. So if it is not clear in your mind what you want to do in the 1 year, utajipata September, December, you have nothing to show. So start now. And I want, when the student leaders go for training, they come up with what is it that you want to do in Tharaka University so that you can leave it a better place than you found it. So I'll come to I'll attend your training, and by the time I come, I want you to tell me this is where we want to go. Because I cannot build this university alone. And I think we should take them to the Kenya School of Government, Nairobi, where we train ministers, cabinet secretaries, and ambassadors, so that they can get all the knowledge that they require. So you need to be clear what you want to do, your vision. Then number two, you involve people. You cannot know everything. Form teams. Why can't you have a team of academics? Why can't you have a team of sports? Why can't you have a team of environment? So that teams can meet, then you can meet all of you and look at the ideas from all the teams so that you can synthesize those ideas and implement them to better Tharaka University. So a good leader is somebody who involves other people. When, for example, you are appointed a president or you are elected a president, you do not know what military is, but you appoint somebody who has military knowledge. You do not know about finance, you appoint somebody who is knowledgeable in finance. You create teams that help you to deliver your mandate. Good leaders are hardworking. They are persistent. They don't give up. I remember the first time we started Tharaka University, we got only 12 students from the placement board. We were in Nairobi, we got 12 students, and so there was lunch. And my driver told me, let us go for lunch, and I didn't go for that lunch. Because I had gotten only 12 what? Students. But I came here, we developed very extensive marketing strategies, and that is why you see we have the number of students we have today. If you check the records, last year we got more students than the Technical University of Kenya, than SECU, very old universities. Because as a leader, you have to be hardworking. You don't sit. A leader is able to navigate in difficulties. When there are difficulties, don't give up. Come up with new strategies. As Mr. Simiyu has said, a leader is a servant. You have been elected to serve these honorable students. Represent them. If there's an issue, come, we discuss. My office is always open to students and the student leaders and the staff. Come, we discuss. There's nothing impossible when people reason together. Then a good leader is also a decision maker. You have to make a decision. Sometimes it might be very hard. But sometimes it's good to make a decision than not to make one. You make a decision and you live with the consequences. Because a leader who doesn't make decisions cannot take a team anywhere. A good leader observes timelines. There's something called procrastinating, where you want to do something small, you say, today, you say you'll do next week. Next week, you say, maybe I need a month. Maybe I need half an year. Maybe I need 1 year. If you think you need to do something and it's the right thing, do it and live with the consequences. I know during the elections, the students took a lot of time to come and vote. And that is a culture that is slowly developing, that of finding the delegates. You are behaving like the usual what? Politicians. In fact, I think you voted even after the time was over. There's no need. A good leader observes time. If you want to implement something within 2 weeks, work day and night and implement them. And that is how you're going to be different from others. Because the others are changing their timelines. You are not changing your timelines. You implement one thing, it is over. You go to another one. By the end of the year, you'll be very much ahead of them. So, those are some of the things you need to do as a leader. You must have a vision. You must involve people. You must observe timelines. And you must be a servant. Now, there's something I want to request all our students. Number one is to love your university. Love your university. The certificate you get here will be written Tharaka University. Love your university. Post good things about Tharaka University. And as the chairman has said, Mr. Muloki, the outgoing chairman, when there is something about Tharaka University which is positive, support it. Many of you are active in the social media. Why can't you spend, even the members of staff? Sometimes we are number one in PC, in performance contracting. A post is made, but nobody comments. But when a celebrity, they have a broken marriage, you are posting. So which one is better? Is it the broken marriage or Tharaka what? Tharaka University. And I want now, because this is a time for recruitment, I want us this year to have around 4,000 students. I want each one of you to go out there and bring some students. I know students because those are your peers, you can attract very many of them. So invite your colleagues, the people you know, to come to Tharaka University. The more all of you are aware of the new funding model. You get money depending on the number of students you have. And I've talked to Dr. Ndwega, who is in charge of marketing. And I've told him, for any one student that is brought, we give 200. Okay? But you have to have evidence. You know you can cheat. So I want to request Mr. Ndwega and Mr. Muchoi to work out on how will you determine whether a case is genuine or not. Because I know you also use your airtime and so on. So we are very serious. So if you bring 100 students, you'll have some good what? Some good money. And that is, I'm not joking. I mean it. Then the other thing is have good relationship with the community. I think that has been, and we have not been having many cases, but let us continue building that relationship. Because when you go to work, you'll work with communities. So this is a very good training ground to improve your relationship so that once you start working, you have no problem with the community. Then the other thing I want to request our students is forge stable relationships. I'm not talking about those other relationships. I'm talking about, there are people who have graduated from Tharaka University, and some of them are working somewhere. Are you trying to reach them? When you're in campus, are you building relationships that you can use in future to expand also other relationships? So that you have better opportunities for employment and for doing business. So I want to request our students to take some time, even 10 minutes every day, and think, what relationships do I need to do? What kind of people do I need to contact? How do I start building friendship with those people? Because those are the people that will help you in future. As I conclude, I want to say the things that we've been doing as a university. Some of them were mentioned by Mr. Moroki and Kanairo. But one is, I'll start with the issue of the swimming pool. It is complete. And we are going to operationalize it within the next 1 month. Because even as we pray, we call our bishop to pray, we need somebody to help somebody when they drown. So we are trying to see how in the next 1 month we can recruit somebody who can do what? Who can help. We'll also have 2 watchmen there, and day and night watchman. And we also want to do some benches. So the swimming pool is complete and the water is blue. So if you see the water being blue, it means it is what? It is raining. We have also improved the network. That must, we worked with Safaricom, and we are hoping that with time, the internet is also going to improve. We are also going now to advertise very soon. We fast track the completion of our 3 buildings so that we can have some classes there and the offices. I think we talked about water, which we have a lot now, and we are thinking about how we can distribute it well in the university so that we don't have shortage of water here. We have been supporting our students to participate in games, and we'll continue doing that. Today, I think I saw we are going to give some trophies, and that is very good, and we are going to support you. Even if you want to go beyond East Africa, we are going to support you. Then we have the field trips, which we have supported a lot. Many teams have gone to Mombasa. Until people have been asking me, does Tharaka have a campus in Mombasa? So I want, even as we plan for these field trips, we try to visit other areas in the world, in the country. Because part of training is also being able to know this great country called Kenya. We are also going to have an ambulance very soon. We are sourcing one from the UK, and it's going to be shipped. It will be the best one around. It will be a Mercedes. And you know, when you are sick and you are put into a Mercedes, you start even healing before you get the medication. So we are also hoping that it will come soon. We have started the shipment process. Then we'll continue equipping our labs and the library. And we are already sourcing for many materials because we want, by the time you're out there, you don't get out of Tharaka University having not done a particular practical. We want you to undertake all the practicals. And our construction of the library is also ongoing, and it will be complete soon. We are also going to have our career and innovation week. We want to support innovation. And I think I saw a detailed program made by Maureen Dagara, who is the Director of Career Services. And we have also put some money to support the faculties so that they can come up with the innovation. So I want to request the students to be very serious about this, because this is something that can change the fortunes of the university and even of yourself within a very short time. So take the career week seriously. Continue thinking, continue redefining your innovations, because we are also going to reward those students who come up with those innovations. Then Mr. Kanairo talked about the billionaire who came here during the graduation, Dr. Langat. Last week we went to see him in Nairobi. He's very interested in the issue of mining in our university. He has connected us to some universities in Turkey. And we went also and saw the mining, the minister in charge of mining, Mr. Muvuria. So he came with an helicopter, but he's a very good friend of the university. He is trying to help us to come up with programs in mining. Those who don't know, Tharaka has a lot of mines and minerals, and we want to pursue that potential so that we can also have students in future in those areas. As I conclude, I want to thank all those leaders who have served at Tharaka University, starting with Alan, Ongosi, Sapil, Kerry, and now Muroki. I hope I've not forgotten anybody, but I know they have served in Tharaka with a lot of what? With a lot of commitment. They speak well about the university. The other students also got first class, and the university has given them scholarship. We hope those will be one-time, full-time members of this university. Because what we are saying, we cannot train people we cannot employ. As we employ people from outside, we must also take care of our students. If I had the capacity, I would have employed all of you. But it's a bit difficult, but we'll continue as the university expands. We will always consider our students. So with those few remarks, I want to declare the team of Dolo and all others in the Governing Council and the Congress officially inaugurated. May God bless you all, and may God bless Tharaka University. And as I've said this year, we want very many students at Tharaka University. And I've given Mr. Ndwiga and Mr. Muchoi that responsibility. So start right away. Asanteni sana.